Millions of rural people from Asia migrate to urban centers every year. They hope to draw on existing facilities of the cities, envisioning a better lifestyle. This exerts massive pressure on already scanty resources, increasing demands for civic amenities, but not enough supply to fulfill them. Of the 100 fastest growing cities in the world, with populations of more than 1 million inhabitants, 66 are in Asia. It is estimated that more than half of the Asian societies will be living in urban areas by 2025. As a consequence, a large number of cities, towns and municipalities are facing challenges to provide basic services of water, sanitation, housing, transportation to growing number of people entering urban areas. Even well-established urban local bodies keen to ensure citizens their rightful facilities get confused with the immensity of the task and lose interest. The demand for civic amenities is growing rapidly, exerting massive pressure on already scanty resources, whereas the local governance institutions entrusted with the task of fulfilling these demands are ironically not equipped to do so. Is there a way to solve this urban paradox? Can citizens' faith in democratic institutions be revived? How can marginalized citizens get their rightful share of urban governance? The Society for Participatory Research in Asia, with the support of the United Nations Democracy Fund, PRIP Trust in Bangladesh, and Silaka in Cambodia, initiated the Deepening Local Democratic Governance through Social Accountability in Asia project in the year 2011. The two-year initiative brought together stakeholders from 3 southern countries, namely Bangladesh, Cambodia, and India, to facilitate a process of mutual learning and knowledge exchange for better urban governance, where 2 Asian cities were chosen as target locations: Rajshahi in Bangladesh and Takmau in Cambodia.
This project spanned India, Bangladesh and Cambodia at a time when several indicators suggest that smaller countries like Bangladesh and Cambodia may well be on a path for greater human development than larger countries like India. Therefore, our approach to implementation of this project was not merely transferring the expertise and knowledge that we had gained through our direct field work in Indian municipalities, but also to be open to the possibility that new innovations may happen in Bangladesh and Cambodia, which may inspire us in India to do our work with new ideas and new practices.
In Bangladesh and Cambodia, the legal frameworks for democratic decentralization are in place, which outline the roles, responsibilities and authorities of local governance institutions. However, democratic local governance is much more than a set of institutional procedures and rules.
One of the challenges in both these countries, particularly in Cambodia, it's a kind of new and emerging democracy, and it's not a normal practice for citizens to engage with the governance institutions on a regular basis. It took some time to convince the municipalities and also to give confidence to the citizens that they can come together, discuss the problems and find solutions to these problems. In Bangladesh, there have been history of people's movement or people engaging and protesting against many deficits that they see in their daily lives. But the challenge was how to convert those protests and movements into a constructive engagement between municipalities and the citizens.
The primary aim of the project was to bridge the gap between demands of the citizens and their supply by civic authorities. In this case, they were the municipalities hounded by lack of transparency and accountability, gross failure in providing essential services in quality or in quantity, negligible or almost absent citizen participation.
So the objective was to make the municipalities more transparent and accountable to the citizens, to enable and enhance the capacities of municipalities to provide certain services, and particularly we looked at water and sanitation services, and also to build organizations of citizens, mobilize citizens to engage with the municipalities.
At the onset, a training of trainers for the partner organizations on urban governance and social accountability was conducted in Bangladesh and Cambodia. This was followed by regular hand-holding support and exchange of experiences and learnings among the partners on various occasions. One significant intervention that contributed towards motivating citizens and authorities to participate and constructively engage on governance issues was the one-of-its-kind study visit conducted in the two cities of Varanasi and Jaipur in India. In both these cities, PRIA had a considerable work experience with municipalities and local citizens on issues of urban governance and social accountability. This visit was attended by a 10-member delegation, each from Bangladesh and Cambodia, comprising of a mixed group of citizen leaders, elected representatives, municipal officials, media persons, and representatives from civil society.
We have learned a great deal about the value of horizontal exchange between like-minded actors and similar contexts. This is the vision of South-South cooperation that we in PRIA want to pursue as we find ourselves increasingly involved in projects which cover several countries of the region or beyond.
Back in their home nations, it was time now to apply the learnings acquired from the study visits and other project interventions. To start with, it was vital to mobilize the citizens through regular meetings and dialogue, citywide campaigns and public forums, publication of articles and media brief on a regular basis, identification and building capacities of citizen leaders, especially women and youth, formation of neighborhood groups. To build an effective ecosystem of mutual cooperation, the process of intervention also had to involve and build capacity of the municipal authorities. Introduction of citizen report cards, creation of a proactive information disclosure format, provision for a citizen charter, providing technical support for a grievance redressal system. In a nutshell, both citizen groups and municipalities have to work together in close collaboration for realizing effective municipal governance.
The biggest challenge in dealing with the municipal authorities was the lack of data that was available with them at times together at one place. And when we talk about having systems like a citizen charter or an information disclosure, it's not that the information is not available with the municipality. The only problem is that this information is not consolidated. So when we work with the municipalities, we help them realize that it's not a very big challenge to put information together. And when we help them to make the citizen charter, when they came out with the information disclosure formats, it was done through regular meetings, through regular interactions, where we met different officials from the various departments and helped them collate the information together.
It is always a challenge to work with actors in other contexts, more so when such contexts cover other countries, because systems are different, cultural practices are different, and the ways of working with governments and municipalities are very different.
Despite all differences, there was one remarkable similarity. In both the target locations, the administration and the people were ready to come together for mutually beneficial goals.
The Rajshahi City Corporation had a grievance redressal system in terms of an online complaint redressal system, and they also had a box at the municipality. But when we started working in the 2 wards, we realized that for citizens to go from these wards to the municipal authorities, to the municipal office was a challenge because it was quite far. So we worked with the elected representatives and the councillors of these 2 wards in having their own complaint boxes. Talking of Cambodia, I think one of the biggest achievement was that we were able to help the municipality establish the Social Accountability Facilitation Committee. And this committee consisted of elected representatives of the 2 wards, Sankats, what they are called in Cambodia, of the city of Tak Mau, and the municipal governors, the vice municipal governor, and also the other officials of the concerned departments. All of these formed the Social Accountability Facilitation Committee, and they worked towards establishing these specific social accountability mechanisms.
Once the municipal data became available in public domain, it went a long way in building trust and a sense of transparency. The work has begun, and the impact is there for everyone to see. At the community level, citizens in both countries have started engaging with their municipalities, raising demands for improved basic services. Around 15 neighborhood committees have been formed to deal with emerging issues at local levels. Community monitoring exercises taken up by these committees and identified citizen leaders. Citizen reports on municipal services have been prepared. Perhaps the most encouraging impact of the intervention is that government officials and municipal authorities are taking issues of urban governance seriously and positively. And in both the nations, more and more people are coming forward to become partners in change. This learning process, however, took quite some time to make a proper inroad. Citizen-centric interventions were relatively new in these areas, which also means people think a lot before gathering confidence and doubt a lot before participating.
Our experience of working on social accountability and citizen participation in municipalities has suggested that this kind of work is not very common in much of Asia. We may help contribute towards a movement which promotes citizen participation in urban governance. We can utilize this base of work in Bangladesh and Cambodia to expand it to many other municipalities, thereby contribute towards a movement of citizen participation in urban governance in Asia.
An intervention model that started its journey from India is reaching out, sharing experiences and knowledge. A model forwarded and fine-tuned by PRIA and its partners with proven credentials to serve local needs, that's scalable and replicable.